Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to go about making the mouth of your needle felting project. And the way that you can do the mouth for any kind of needle project, you have two ways. You can either needle felt an actual mouth. So here as an example, I have my hummingbird deer that I made, and the mouth, as you can see here, was needle felted on. And the details themselves are also needle felted on as well. It just depends on what kind of look you're going for with your needle felting object. So with this bear, the mouth was sewn on, and it's just this little camel bear that I had made for my friend. The nose itself is needle felted on, but the mouth is sewn on, and that's what I'm going to show you today. So as a comparison, you can see that the mouth that's needle felted on is pretty thick. The line is pretty thick. And just as a quick tip to go ahead and show you how to go about doing that is you just get your needle felting wool, and you just want to barely pinch off just a little bit, like just a wisp of the wool. And then it helps if your hands, like after you wash your hands and you dry them, there's still a little bit of moisture on your hands. My hands are all dry right now, but what you would do if you have some moisture on your hands is just go ahead and start twisting the wool, so that way it creates a thread essentially. And it's pretty hard trying to needle felt this onto your project because it's so thin and it's kind of hard to aim. So the best suggestion that I could give you is getting a needle felt, a pin, a sewing pin, and just tack it onto your project so that way it keeps it in place while you carefully have your needle to needle felt it on. But that's essentially it. That takes some practice. It took me a while to get used to that. Initially, when I started needle felting on projects, it was really hard to go about doing that. So this technique I'm going to show you, I found it in the needle felting tutorial book, the one that I had shown in my previous video for lesson 3. I learned this in that book, and that's a great book, great resource. I would highly recommend, if you can find that book, to go ahead and buy it. It has a lot of great suggestions and how to go about needle felting your projects. So here is the bear head from the previous video, and what you want to do is you want to go from the bottom, and you want to try to have the needle exiting out towards the center. So we're going to be making the same exact mouth as this bear. So we want to go from the center, and if you don't want the bottom knot to be showing, carefully just pull on it so that way it disappears and the knot is now inside the needle felting ball, or needle felted ball. So now, so here's the bear right side up. I'm going to flip it over so that it's upside down, and I'm just doing that because it just helps to angle the head a little bit better. So now you're going to pick out the side. Essentially, you are going to be entering from this angle right here. So if you look at it as if it's like a number 3, so you're going to be exiting, or you're going to be entering from the bottom of the 3. So you're going to be exiting out on the bottom. It's kind of hard to go about doing this. I would want to say where you think you should enter, you might want to go up a little bit higher, because as you pull on the thread, it's going to essentially drag the wool down, so it's going to make everything look smaller. So I think So you see how I'm holding this thread where it exited down on the bottom beneath the needle? So that's very important, because once I drag this thread in, see, you've made one side of the mouth. Now I'm turning it right side up again, and I'm essentially locking down that loop. So, and I'm going to enter the needle into the bottom as close as I can, so that way you don't see the piece of thread that's securing the side of the mouth. And I want to enter right towards where the center of the mouth is again. So now I've locked it in place, and now you have one side of your mouth. So I have the bear right side up, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, entering from the side and exiting from the bottom. And again, have your thread right here. It's going to be on the bottom beneath the needle. I know it's pretty confusing the way I'm explaining it, so I'm hoping this video helps to explain things a little bit better. And there you go. Now again, you want to lock that mouth in place. So go from there. It helps if you have a really thin needle. If you have one of those larger gauge needles, then trying to get really close to the other parts, the other sides of the thread is pretty hard. So let's see right here. There you go, and it's locked in place now. Now you can see it's dented pretty. It's dented in a lot. So what you would do at that point is you get your needle and try to fluff it out and pull it out, because I think I yanked on the thread a little bit too securely. That looks a little bit better. There you go. And there's your mouth. Now if you just want to make just like a U-shaped smile, so something like that, you would just pick a side, exit from the other side, so you would just go in here, go through the other side, and when you're exiting out, maybe it's a better way if I just go ahead and explain it on another piece, but here let's just finish up this current piece right now. So what I'm just doing is I'm just going to knot. Knot it again so it's nice and secure. And if you don't want to see that, what I would do is I go from another angle, maybe not from the front of the face, maybe the back of the head. Okay. Just pull it tight, and so that way it's not as noticeable. And you can just get another some more wool and just cover that part, needle felt it over, so that way you don't see the exposed thread. And just snip this off as close as you can. Fluff up the wool so you don't see it. And there you go, there's the mouth. So let me just go ahead and show you how just to do a U-shaped smile. So let me go ahead and get something. Okay, so here I have just a random piece of needle felting wool that has been felted into a circle. And again, you want to enter from somewhere that you do not want to see. So if this was an entire head, you would go from the bottom. For now, I'm just going to go from the back because it's just a flat piece of needle felted wool. So I'm going to go from the back, you want to enter from the side of the mouth. And now you just want to go from the opposite side and go from the bottom up. So pay attention as to where this part of the thread is going to be. You want it to be underneath the needle. And there you go. There you have the mouth. Oops. So I had it like this. Ugh, sorry. Butterfingers. Okay. So I had it like this. Now you just want to secure it. Get as close as you can. Fix it up a little bit. Yeah, I didn't go as close as I should have, but that's okay, because this is just a demo of just showing you the motions of it. So there you go. It's a little bit more V than how I would like it, so yeah, try not to pull on so tight. I pulled on pretty tight, so it just kind of made an indentation, dragging the thread in too deep. So don't. Yeah, if you want it to remain, have it remain in its nice curved shape, don't pull on the thread too hard. So, and then just go ahead and just secure it by knotting from the back. And there you go. And that's how you go about needle felting or needle felting on a mouth and sewing on a mouth. So for my next video, I'm just going to show you how to go about putting in animal eyes and the appropriate sizes and where to find them. So I hope you guys enjoy that video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!